What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I am also recording right now for a YouTube videos. What's going on to everyone joining the stream, and what's going on to everyone watching the YouTube video right now? I am currently recording, in case you didn't know, so what's going on to everyone watching the YouTube video? And today I'm going to be launching the Artemis 2 mission. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Now, just a quick briefing before we do actually launch. I am going to be following the same pattern that Artemis 2 is currently flying right now as I speak, and this rocket is near enough a one-to-one replica of the SLS Orion rocket. So we're just ready to launch now. Things are looking pretty good. So without further ado, let's take off. Things seem to be going smoothly so far. We'll zoom ourselves in here just a minute, because we are going to be taking a incline to the east. Once we hit 3,000 meters, we will start our incline to the east. Okay. What's up, Games with Aura? How's it going? Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, we're just getting into orbit now. Our solid boosters have just run out, so we will detach those. What's up, cool dude? How's it going? Fortnite, FN is Fortnite. Alright, we're just getting into orbit now. Just like in real life, we're going to take this into a low Earth orbit. So for that, I'm going to actually turn off the burners here. Oh, we got some space music. Yeah, I'm going to turn off the burners here, and I'm going to elapse time just by a little bit. Just so we can, yeah, kind of hit a peak. No, we still haven't hit it. Yeah, we'll hit a peak around about. It's around about here. Yeah, we're beginning to go down. So, now what we will do is prograde towards the orbit line. This game is Kerbal Space Program, by the way. This is completely stock game. Alright, let's do a big burn here. Alright. Alright. So now we have officially made it into orbit, and we can now decouple the first stage, being all this giant orange right here and all the fairing. So without further ado, well, it's not really the angle we wanted, but we'll take it. And now we'll gently just boost the rocket out, just like so. Alright, so now we are officially in the first stage of Artemis 2's mission. which we're already past this stage as of streaming this and as of recording this. But rest assured, we'll be getting to the stage we're currently at in just a second. What I'll do is I'll deploy all of the solar panels. So now we're getting some energy. And of course at this point they'd be doing a lot of testing, making sure this engine's working as it should be. And they'd be doing all this stuff. Doing minor maneuvers. Even rendezvousing back with this thing here. Only for a brief time. Just to make sure their engines are all great. But now, of course, it is time for the elongated maneuver, and for this one we're gonna set our target on the moon. And now we're going to add a maneuver. We want our low point to be around about, we want it to be around about here. So we're covering that kind of distance from the moon to our tip of our point. And yeah, that should be a good maneuver right there. So we'll keep this right here and we'll let our rocket get itself into position because our next maneuver is in 8 minutes. But of course, with the power of speeding time up with games and stuff, I'll literally be in the next few seconds. Get to watch Earth fly by there. Oh, and it is burn time. Just like that. So we're now going to be burning for a whole 1 minute and 30 seconds. And that, unfortunately, we are going to have to sit through the entirety of, but it's all good. I hope everybody's having a great day, and have you guys been watching the Artemis live streams? I'm pretty sure there's a live stream right now where you can go see the live feed coming straight from the Orion spacecraft of views of both the moon and back down to Earth. And as it stands, they are currently further away from Earth than they are to the moon. Thank you, cool dude. Happy Easter to you too. Happy Easter to you too, cool dude. Alright, we got 10 seconds left on this burn. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and oh. Alright, another. There we go. And that is our burn done. So now we are in a elongated orbit with Earth, meaning that we ride closer on one point of our orbit than we do the other by quite a bit. And now we are gonna add a maneuver. We're gonna let it drift on into the future just a little bit. We're gonna remove this maneuver right here. And we're gonna add another maneuver right here instead. Just behind our ship. With this one, we are going to extend out. And hopefully make a good connection with the moon. Now this is the tedious part. If even one bit of your alignment is out, then you are going to space, my friend. Well, you're going further into space than what you're already in. Alright, this is looking good. This is looking good. Alright, let's quickly zoom out here. Is this going to take us all the way behind the moon? Yeah, but it's going to take us in a bit of a weird pattern. But that's okay, because we're all about weird patterns here. Alright, we're happy with that maneuver. We're going to set our rocket to do it. But of course, that's in another 3 hours of in-game time. So I guess we've got to pass another 3 hours by doing this. Here we are reaching one of the most elongated parts of our journey from Earth before we finally make our ascent to the moon. And we'll now be coming in just a second for our final close encounter with Earth before we go and have our encounter with the moon. So I'll just slow it back down to ×5 speed here. Yes, this is Artemis 2. I just slowed it down to x5 speed here just so you can get an idea of what it was like for them in the elongated orbit. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Moon's still pretty small, Earth's still pretty big. But without further ado, let's just do our close encounter with Earth before we make our way over to the moon. Alright, so here we are. This is going to be one of the closest points we get to Earth now before we make our final ascent to the moon. I feel like I've said that a load of times in the past 5 seconds. But it's all good because this is probably the best part of the trip. Get a real nice view of Earth, and let's even take a look inside of the cockpit, shall we? How do we switch to different ones? There we go. Is there a view of Earth? We can make a view of Earth. Which way is Earth? Alright, it's got its thing on. Let me just do it outside real quick. We'll turn this on to just stabilize for now. And we need to go the other direction. So yeah, this is the kind of view they would have been getting of Earth just before they left. Of course, this isn't Earth, this is Kremlin, I don't know. And yeah, quite small windows really. And of course, there is our target. Just over there. Just creeping behind the Earth now as we speak. Well, there we go, that's a pretty good view. But of course, we will now need to make our way around to our next maneuver point. So we'll set our rocket back to its maneuver position. And we will maneuver our way to the moon. No, this is not AI, this is a game. Don't worry, nothing's AI here. Alright, we're coming up to our burn time. We've only got a minute's worth of burn for this one, so that's not too bad. We're gonna have plenty of fuel left over. So let's just keep this going. keep it on going. Only 13 seconds left of burn time. We'll slow down our burn just a little bit. Oosh. And in fact, there we go. That was our burn complete. So now at this point, the Orion So now at this point, the Orion spacecraft will be detaching from its lower booster here and drifting towards the moon. This isn't 100% accurate, of course, to what it would look like exactly, but it's still a pretty accurate model for a Kerbal Space Program rocket. Anyways, now it is our mission to the moon, so I guess we can just sit back and enjoy this view of Earth and our spacecraft gliding through the galaxy. We'll speed things up a little bit. Thank you. I personally think space is absolutely amazing, and I think what they're doing right now with Artemis 2 is really cool, so thank you, cool dude. Alright. We are making our way further and further and further away from Earth now, as we drift closer and closer and closer towards the moon. Of course, the Orion spaceship's camera is literally mounted somewhere silly like right here, so you'll be getting some pretty horrible views. Let me see if I can mimic the Orion's camera real quick. No, I can't. But yeah, this is the kind of path that Orion is taking right now. As you can see, we're doing like this figure 8 shape, like right here. We're going to be coming in across here, then we're going to go around the moon, and then we're going to come back round down this end. And that is just like what they are doing in real life for their rendezvous around the moon. And yeah, this is where they're at right now in real life. So if I was to say, I'm not great at judging. I know they're further away from Earth at the minute though, and they're not too far away from the moon. So judging off this right here, I'd say they're in this general location now, and they're making this stretch because they're going to be at the moon late tomorrow, I do believe, as of recording this. I keep saying as of recording this, by the way, because I am also recording as well as streaming, in case you didn't know. But yeah, this is what the Orion spaceship is currently doing right now. Just slowly drifting through space. And they're getting closer and closer towards the moon each day. The Earth is getting smaller and smaller as it gets further and further away. As you can see, our stuff now is making its way back to Earth and is eventually going to crash down and probably explode, in all honesty. But it's fine because we're not going to reuse it. It's a game. At least I'm assuming those things are coming crashing down. Either that or they're on the other side of the Earth. And as you can see, the moon is now getting closer and closer and closer. And eventually it will be so close, it'll look absolutely huge. And you'll be like, God damn. I do hope everybody is having a good day and enjoying the stream and enjoying Easter, because Easter is pretty epic. A rabbit comes over to your house and poops a load of chocolate eggs out under a Easter egg basket, I guess. I actually do have another YouTube channel. This channel is focused all around gaming in general. I do have a YouTube channel focused on space itself, and that's called Cosmic J. If you go to my channel, click on it, and scroll down, you'll see it there. It's got like a red moon as a profile picture. That's also my channel, and on that channel we look at real space stuff, and I've got a telescope and I take pictures of some really cool stuff that's out there, and I most recently went and captured Venus through my telescope, and I went to a real nice looking beach to go do that. So yeah, if you're interested in watching some more space stuff and some actual real space stuff, go ahead and check out my channel over there, because I just enjoy space, and I decided, you know what, it's about time I made myself a space channel. There's not many people out there doing YouTube with all the space stuff, all the telescopes and all that. For anyone who's just joining right now, this is what the live view from Orion is likely to look like. Of course, this is just a simulation in the Kerbal Space Program game, but this is roughly around where they would be at right now in their journey. In their journey. I can't get my words out today. But yeah, this is where they'd be at, and this is what it would look like for them. Of course, if you look at the live feed right now, the moon looks tiny for them, but it certainly would look a lot bigger to their own eyes, I should say. Oof. Maybe I should get to sleep. It's 11 AM. 11 PM. Alright, anyways, what we're gonna do is speed forwards real quick. Alright, and here we have our encounter with the moon. So this is similar to what it's going to look like when Orion does arrive to our moon. They're going to be following a very similar pattern to this. Excuse my poor English. And what we're actually going to do right now is we're going to quickly just switch up to this one, I do believe. Yeah. And we're going to bring us in just a little bit closer to the moon. Yeah, that's a pretty comfortable height, and we're still going to come back to Earth on our way back. So that might be a tiny minor adjustment. So that might be just a tiny minor adjustment they might make when they're doing their journey. Of course, as of recording this, they're not there yet. But maybe their calculations were perfect and they made it just perfectly. Also, thank you, cool dude. Anyways, we are going to speed it up now to when we actually encounter the moon, because we are going to be getting pretty close. We are able to land on the moon in this game, but unfortunately on this run I won't be landing on the moon, just because I'm copying what Artemis is doing. And alright, we are now on the side of the moon, just about to go around the back. As you can see, Earth is over there. And yeah, like I said, the moon is absolutely huge. And we're still not even that close to it yet. We're still over 200,000 meters away. Let me see here. Oh, we need to unlock ourselves real quick. And then we need to spin around and... Yep, there we go. This is the kind of view that they will be looking at right now through... Well, not right now, but when they get there, through their window. What's up, Lily Wojciechowski? I'm guessing that's how you say that. I do apologise if I absolutely butchered that. But yeah, once Artemis starts approaching the moon, this is what things are going to look like for them. And this is a shot we can expect to see from Artemis and Orion. And something to really look forward to in the next couple days. Because unfortunately at this point the comms are going to go dark, they're not going to be able to communicate with Earth, and we're not going to know what's going on back there, so for all we know there's going to be a giant Martian party going on the back of the moon. They won't be able to tell us until they're back, like on the other side of the moon. And by then that Martian party could have ended and we can't get there to join in, so... Yeah, you can see the issue there. Anyways, we are now making our way to the direct side of the moon. And now we are going to be making our way relatively close towards the surface. We're going to be 60,000 meters above the surface. Now that's scraping it really close, and Artemis will not be going that close. But I thought we could go that close just because, you know, it's a game. How fast do they travel in space? Well, at the current moment, they are travelling, if you bear with me. Oh no, we missed Earth going behind the moon. It's fine. If you bear with me a second though. By the way, we are officially now behind the moon. Alright, I'll tell you how fast they're going now, just give me a second. But this is now the kind of view that the astronauts will be looking at. Of course, it'll be a lot brighter for them because they've timed it a lot better than I have, and it will be a full moon for them on the other side of the moon. Whereas it's a little bit dark here, but this is the kind of view you should expect really from the Orion spacecraft when it is going, of course, behind the moon. Last time I checked, by the way, they were going at a couple thousand miles per hour. I can't find an exact number for how fast they were travelling. Sorry, I had my eye off chart just for a little bit there. But yeah, this is what it's going to look like, and this is how it's going to be for them. The moon is going to be huge. Do I play Rocket League? No, I don't. Unfortunately, I haven't played that in a very long time, and to be honest with you, I'm scared to ever play it again because people are just too good at it now. They're just too good. I'm now going to fast forward time just a little bit, just so we could get to the other side. Alright, now as you can see, the spacecraft is officially leaving the moon's direction. And we should see Earth pop into view very soon. Now I could be wrong, but I do believe it's going to pop up around about here. You gotta see the rocket launch. I mean, it's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure NASA's live streams are still going. They're currently going through a conference meeting at the minute. Basically saying about the mission, about what they've done, and about what they're gonna do in the next couple days. Like we don't already know. But we also get to hear about stuff like the complications, like the toilet breaking down on the spaceship, which of course isn't the best situation to be in. I don't imagine anyway. No one wants to really be stuck without a toilet. Yeah, I'm talking about real life. Oh, and here we go. Here is the Earth now coming out from the moon. This will be one of the greatest sights the astronauts get to see from the Orion capsule on their journey around the moon. Because of course, whilst seeing the back of the moon is absolutely amazing, there won't be anything that will probably beat seeing the Earth come out from behind the moon. And of course, with that will conclude the journey around the moon. But of course, we still have to make it back to Earth. Now, the Orion capsule will be taking a bit of a different technique towards getting back into the Earth's atmosphere, unlike I am going to take. But my idea will give you a rough idea on what it should look like when it does happen. As you can see, we are currently drifting now further and further away from the moon, and it's going to look like the moon, like we're going out into space. But that's only because we are still orbiting technically around the moon, and we're being flung by the moon's gravity back down towards Earth. Now the moon is just going to keep getting further and further away. Of course, we are on the dark side of the moon at the minute. But I can assure you, in just a few moments, the sun will pop back into view and light up our spacecraft once more. Alright, there we go. The moon is getting pretty far away, and there is the sun. Officially, there is the sun. And now we are near enough out of the moon's orbit, and we are slowly but surely going to come plummeting down back to that planet right there. Alright, it is official. We have now left the moon once and for all. And we are now making our way back to Earth at the very slow rate of 100 meters a second. Alright. Where has the moon gone? There it is. Alright, so there is the moon now. Yes, we will experience the landing, and we are going to do the landing right now, in fact. Anyways, here is the moon now, and we are well and truly making our way back to Earth. As you can see, it looks a hell of a lot bigger. So, let's retrograde ourselves. Well, don't want to do that too much. Big spin. And yeah, let's do our first minor burn here, just to kill off some speed. We of course don't want to burn too much. Bro really came here to ask how to get a mod menu on a PS3. I'm not sure, I'm not gonna lie. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that have tutorials for the PS3 though. I don't have a PS3 myself, so I can't test it. Otherwise I would tell you. Alright, now we're done with our first burn. We are gonna speed up time just a little bit. Make our way back down to the Earth, slowly but surely. Alright, there we go. Now we're a lot closer, and we're currently moving at 1,300 meters a second. So that is significantly faster to that 100 meters a second we were moving just a minute ago. We'll just keep burning here till we slow down a little bit. Why is there a tutorial on my channel? Because that is for the Xbox 360. That's why there's a tutorial on my channel. I unfortunately don't own a PlayStation 3 though, so I can't do one for that. And do I play COD 6? I'm guessing you mean Black Ops 6, and I did for a while, but now I play Black Ops 7. Alright, as you can see here now, we are slowing down by quite a bit. This will be our last burn, I do believe, until we make our way down. I might save just a little bit of fuel just so we can slow ourselves down a little bit on our way down. But as it stands, we are slowing down by a comfortable amount, and we are hopefully going to land in the water as planned with the Artemis mission as well. Black Ops 7 is pretty fun, yeah. It's got better zombies in my opinion. I play a lot of zombies on Call of Duty. I didn't play much of the Black Ops 6 multiplayer, so I can't really comment for it, but Black Ops 7 multiplayer is also good as well. Alright, I guess I'll just burn up all my fuel here real quick, and we'll just detach from this and make our merry way down there, shall we? Yeah, there we go. That's the last of our fuel. So now it's time to detach. That is going to drift its way down there. And we are also going to drift our way down there. Slowly but surely, as we are now moving at quite a slow rate. Now, something about Artemis is that this what you've just seen happen just now is going to happen in real life as well. So we're going to do our last burn whilst we're still quite far away from Earth. And oh, my calculations were horrible. We're landing right on the land, but that's okay. Yeah, we're going to be boosting our last jet boost, I believe, quite far away from Earth. And then we are just going to free fall all the way down and rely on heat shields and gravity to slow us down. I know it sounds crazy, gravity's slowing us down, but somehow it works, alright? Once we enter our atmosphere, we just slow down. But of course, we're going to get extremely hot whilst doing so, so this will probably be the riskiest part of the mission, but we should survive it. Alright. That was a bit that was a bit fast, but here we are, we have survived it. And here is the Orion ship coming in to land on Earth. We are 1,000 meters above the ground right now, moving at 50 meters a second, with a second parachute slowing us all the way down to 20 meters a second, which could be slower for us really, but it's fine. We're fine. We'll be alright. Yes, they will be touching down in the California waters, where there will be boats ready to collect them from there pretty much immediately. Oh, we had a little bit of a crash landing coming down, but ultimately we survived and our 2 pilots survived. Of course there's 4 people on the Artemis ship, but you know, there's only so much you can do in Kerbal Space Program. Anyways, thank you to everyone who's decided to come and join the stream and everyone who watched the video. And if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and maybe even subscribe. Anyways, that's all from me, so bye for now. Alright, stream. I just had to record the outro for the video quick, but yeah, I am gonna go now because it is pretty late for me and I just wanted to do this just because it's a bit of fun. So yeah, thank you for everyone that come in and joined and watched and subscribed and liked and done all that awesome stuff, but unfortunately all good things have to come to an end at some point. But don't worry, because they will be back, like they are every single time. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at some point streaming. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoy your night and have a very great day. And I will catch you in the next one.